Hey y'all, comfort food does not always have to be so complex and so many layers. It can be simple and great, just like these stuffed peppers I made. I started with long grain rice. I went ahead and rinsed that until it was clear, and then I added it to my rice cooker with a little bit of chicken bouillon seasoning. I gave that a stir and just covered it and left it alone and let it steam while I began to work on my peppers. I used orange, yellow, green, and red, all of the peppers. I cleaned them real well, and then I removed the tops from each pepper. So don't worry, we're going to use those tops too. Once I removed the tops, I went ahead and took the stems out and tossed those, discarded any trash that I didn't need, along with those stickers that's on your peppers. I see so many people still just cut them up. Just get the stickers off because they'll end up on your floor. And then I removed all of the inside of the peppers, the rib, and all of the seeds and everything because we won't need any of that. I did hear that seeds add more flavor to your dishes, but we're just going to go ahead and remove all of ours completely out and rinse those peppers again and make sure that they're nice and clean and ready for the oven. I like to bake mine first a little bit while my filling is cooking so they can be the perfect texture when I eat them. So there's those tops I was talking about. I went ahead and diced up all of those peppers because they're going into our filling, and I also diced up 1/2 onion. So for reference of measurement, we have 1/2 onion and just the tops of each pepper. Next, I grabbed me a cast iron skillet and some grapeseed oil. You can use grapeseed oil or avocado oil. I kind of use both when I'm doing something like this that requires high heat. I have my oven preheated to 425, and I oiled and massaged my peppers all up, all the way around and all up in there, okay? And then I added salt. So the salt is going to help control some of that moisture, and it's also good because why wouldn't we want to season everything anyway? So I got those in the oven, and I started on my filling. I added about 2 teaspoons of butter and a little bit of oil, about 1 teaspoon of oil, olive oil, to my pan to saute my peppers and onions. I wanted these to cook down really nicely, and I also seasoned them with about 1 teaspoon of Soul seasoning, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of Cajun before adding in my ground turkey. I also seasoned my ground turkey with Soul seasoning, a tablespoon of Soul seasoning, a tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of pepper. I also used about a teaspoon of accent. You can leave that out if you don't want it, but I did. And I added about 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. Sorry guys. I used a 1/2 can of fire roasted tomatoes, and that was about 1 cup of my cooked rice and 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, and another tablespoon of of Soul seasoning, of course, because we like to season in layers, you guys. And plus, that Soul seasoning doesn't have any salt, just tons of flavor. So we can load that up. Next, I use 1 8-ounce block of medium cheddar, and I mix that in all well. Once I got that medium cheddar all mixed in, I grabbed my peppers out of the oven. You see the way they look? They're perfect. And then I loaded up that filling. I filled them about halfway. Then I added a little bit more shredded cheese right to the middle of them before loading them up some more. These are stuffed peppers, y'all. So I stuffed them, baby. I stuffed them and stuffed them till they couldn't stuff anymore, till they were falling over, okay? So once I got them to stand back up, I grabbed some sliced provolone after stuffing them till they just could not take it anymore. As you see, this filling looks absolutely delicious already, but we went ahead and added them to the peppers. I grabbed my stuffed provolone and made like a little hat for each pepper. Let me let y'all just get through the stuffing part real quick, because as you see, I clearly will not stop adding this filling, but it's so good I tasted it 20 times as well. So now I made like a little hat with my provolone cheese and topped my peppers, all 4 of them, before adding it in the oven. I kept my oven at 425 before baking it because I just simply just kind of want the cheese to melt and brown. As you see, my peppers are already baked. The filling is already cooked. So now we're just going to marry everything together and it'll all work out perfect. This stuffed pepper is definitely going to be something you want to add to your rotation. Look at it. It looks absolutely amazing. That was in the oven for about 425 for about maybe 7 minutes or so. So it went pretty fast, and it definitely was very cheesy and tasty, and all of those flavors were there. I used ground turkey, but you can use beef, you can use lamb, you can use sausage, you can add corn, add other vegetables. But this is how it went down in Club Kitchen. I used ground turkey, rice, fire roasted tomatoes, my peppers and onions and tomato sauce and cheese, a bunch of seasonings and flavors, and got this perfect stuffed pepper. Let me know if you try it, because I definitely quick roll down of the seasonings were Soul seasoning, Cajun seasoning, accent, garlic and onion powder, and some chicken bouillon, and of course salt and pepper.